It's the 31st century and the age of war has engulfed the galaxy. Battles rage across countless worlds during the succession wars, and the king of the battlefield is the Battlemech. The epitome of military technology, the Battlemech is a bipedal war machine piloted by the modern incarnation of the Knight Errant. In this video, we will do a technical breakdown of what makes a Battlemech. A Battlemech is an armored combat vehicle of roughly humanoid shape, standing 8 to 14 meters tall and typically massing from 20 to 100 tons. Mechs are best suited for ground combat, although they can also operate underwater, in hazardous environments, and space. Battlemechs are built around an internal structure resembling a skeleton, including joints called actuators. Roughly analogous to the bones in the human body, the standard chassis consists of a foamed aluminum core covered with various composite materials, wrapped in silicon carbide fibers, and clad in titanium alloy steel. One variant of the standard design uses endosteel, an advanced material that requires zero-G manufacturing but is twice as strong while bulkier. There are between 16 to 25 bones in a mech chassis, partly due to the more straightforward design, which results in less flexibility and articulation than possible with the human skeletal system. At the heart of every mech, a fusion engine mounted in the torso provides the power required for the motive systems, computers, and other systems. Fusion engines function by harnessing the power of nuclear fusion, as occurs in the core of the Sun. A Battlemech's fusion engine can usually last for decades on a few kilograms of hydrogen. Fusion engines can generate a great deal of heat. Still, a well-ventilated fusion engine is far less dangerous than the bleed heat generated by charging or firing weapons, especially lasers and particle weapons. Fusion engines usually will only shut down if damaged or if heat is uncontrolled. There is absolutely no risk of a fusion engine accidentally becoming a nuclear weapon, unlike popular belief. There have been several cases of fusion engines being over-revved and exploding with devastating force, but this is more akin to a boiler explosion than an actual nuclear explosion. More often, a destroyed engine can be punctured by weapons fire. Because the fusion engine holds the plasma in a vacuum chamber to isolate the superheated gas from the cold walls of the reactor, a punctured reactor can suck in air and superheat it. The thermal expansion causes the air to burst out in a brilliant light show often mistaken for a nuclear explosion, damaging anything within 90 meters of the destroyed mech. The musculature of the mechs consists of myomer, an artificial analog of biological muscles with greater strength to weight ratio that contracts in the presence of an electrical current. The artificial skeleton and musculature, combined with a large gyroscope system, provides stability for the Battlemech and allows for bipedal movement. Some mechs also have jump jets that provide thrust bursts for short leaps. Battlemechs are controlled by pilots known as mech warriors. Seated in the cockpit of their mech warriors connect to their machine by wearing a neuro helmet, which reads their brainwaves to provide the mech a sense of balance and other necessary functions. Learning to read a pilot's brainwaves accurately is a slow process, particularly if a mech warrior is using a new mech for the first time. Until a mech has fully adjusted to its new master, a pilot will often suffer headache-like pain due to electrical feedback from their neuro helmet. Pilots can also suffer feedback from damage taken by their mech during battles, such as feelings of dizziness or headaches. Through a neuro helmet and physical controls, the pilot can control the mech, making it run, jump, and even do handstands under the right circumstances. Assisting the pilot is the diagnostic interpretation computer, which among other functions, takes information gathered by the sensors and other systems and presents it to the pilot in an understandable format. A Battlemech's standard equipment includes a life support system for the mech warrior, and possibly a passenger, and complete environmental sealing by default, except for exceptional cases such as drone mechs. All mechs have heat sinks that collect heat with coolant distributed to heat sources, such as weapons, engines, myometers, or electronics, and deliver that to a radiator. Intense combat action can lead to overheating, which puts physical strain on the pilot and may even cause an emergency reactor shutdown. A mech that is running hot can get as warm as a sauna, making it essential to the mech warrior's survival to regulate their body temperature, even when the life support is fully functional. Pilots rely on cooling vests or cooling suits to protect against overheating, which are designed similar to heat sinks. They circulate a coolant through them while also providing ballistic protection against small arms or shrapnel. Battlemechs carry weaponry that broadly falls under 3 categories: ballistic, energy, or missile weapons. Ballistic weapons, such as machine guns, autocannons, and Gauss rifles, produce little waste heat but require ammunition and have greater weight and space requirements. Energy weapons, such as lasers and particle projection cannons, require no ammunition and take up less space but produce tremendous waste heat. Missile weapons, including long-range missiles and short-range missiles, produce less waste heat but require ammunition. In addition, they allow mechs to engage in indirect fire and can use specialty warheads like incendiary or acid. When all else fails, mechs can fight with physical attacks, using their arms, legs, and even melee weapons to destroy opponents. Lastly, the primary means of defense for battlemechs is armor plating composed of several layers which, when struck, are designed to ablate away and so protect the vital systems underneath. Additionally, all mechs incorporate electronic warfare capabilities, making it harder for less advanced targeting systems to lock onto them. For example, the paint used to coat mechs contains properties designed to absorb electromagnetic radiation. Some mechs also rely on their speed and agility or unique geometry to make themselves a more challenging target. Advances in technology have completely changed the battlefields of the future, and battlemechs have become the pinnacle of man's military might. In future videos, we will break down the different classes of battlemechs and their different roles on the battlefield. So please like and subscribe so you don't miss out. And remember, mech warrior, no guts, no galaxy.